Welcome back one and all to another figure review, and today we'll be looking at Kotobukiya's King of Fighters 98 Athena Asamiya figure. Athena has the honor of being my favorite SNK Heroine, and she is definitely my favorite character to play as in the King of Fighters. So just zooming into the box here, we can see a clear view of the figure inside of it, with a little notation stating that it's a 1/7 scale premium figure belonging to Kotobukiya's Bishoujo line. And then along the side here, we get to see a beautiful rendition of the King of Fighters 98 character select screen. On the back of the box, we are treated to a couple of nice close-up shots of the lovely Athena. The first shot focusing heavily on her upper body, while the latter shots focus more on the angles of the side and the back. And then of course, we get a preview of what the figure looks like inside. And then along the other side of the box, we get a really nice art piece of Athena, hand-drawn, surrounded by her signature Psycho Balls, naturally. And then of course I did want to make a brief mention of some damage that occurred to my box. I'm not really sure if this is a general product quality issue or if this was just my shipment, but either way, everything was fine inside. The first thing I'd like to mention is the amazing backdrop that's included inside of the box. It's an incredibly subtle add, but it increases the detail quite a bit more, and it just genuinely helps liven up the figure to another level. Looking at Athena herself, you can see that she is absolutely stunning. They really got every single part of this figure right, and I'm really glad it came out the way it did. From each strand of her hair down to the seams of her boots, there's very little to be unimpressed with. Her eyes look amazing and are placed exactly where you'd expect them to be. Her mouth has a deep groove inside and doesn't feel too out of place. The shades of red used on her headband, her dress, and her boots all vary and look amazing, especially the addition of gloss in the boots, whereas the rest is a matte finish. The details in the paint make the clothes look a little bit more worn, and it honestly just looks fantastic. Considering the poor quality of the figure of the same line that released last year, I was honestly not expecting this figure to meet my expectations, but it has far exceeded them. The King of Fighters 98 My figure that came out last year, I felt it to feel a bit cheap and light in comparison to what you would ordinarily expect from a scale figure, not to mention the lack of detail and the strange proportions, as well as a very glossy look to the figure kind of made it feel a little bit awkward. My skin was a very bright white, almost as if she was profusely sweating, or made of cheap plastic. And now looking at Athena, it really does feel like they listened, and they fixed all of the issues that I had with the previous figure of Past, which really speaks wonders on Kotobukiya's quality assurance team, because not a lot of companies would have done the same. I think my favorite thing about this figure is the pose, the design of the Mahou Shoujo schoolgirl doing the kind of peace sign, love and peace, kind of whatever you want to call it. It looks incredibly natural, and it feels very in character. It really emanates an essence of both beauty and power. And despite this figure only being one piece, it does a great job of preserving her expression, her cheerfulness, and youth, all the while maintaining detail and feeling varied. Looking at the base that comes with Athena, it's non-removable, so it's stuck inside, all the while being incredibly detailed with a textured wood finish. Although still made of plastic, maintains the feel of wood, even to the touch. And then the nice couple of leaves sprinkled along it kind of vary the base a little bit more and make it feel a little less plain, all the while matching with the backdrop that's included inside of the box as well. That being said, I'm a little bit torn on whether or not I like the base, as it does kind of clash with the existing figure of Mai that I mentioned previously, so displaying them together doesn't look perfect. But on its own, I do believe it really does look fantastic either way. To sum it all up, this is Kotobukiya at its finest. The King of Fighters 98 1/7 scale Athena Asamiya figure is a sight to behold, and honestly, it has become one of my favorite figures in my collection. While it's not flashy, and it doesn't have a lot of extra parts, it really maintains the essence and charm of SNK's favorite heroine. Overall, I'm really glad that the King of Fighters 98 is getting the love that it deserves, because even though the newer games are much more popular now, the King of Fighters 98 introduced me to the series, and still has some of the best character designs to this day. What do you guys think of this figure? Do you think Kotobukiya will keep on the King of Fighters 98 line, or do you think they'll move on to something else? Go ahead, leave a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and tell me who your favorite King of Fighters character is down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.